What's up guys, MikeCoco back here, bringing you guys a new video on the ban waves and all the drama that's occurring with that issue. A lot of people seem to be really misinformed, so I'm hoping this video clears some stuff up. So what the general idea of what happened is a certain player, we'll call him Chris because that's what the people that were scammed told them that was his name. Player Chris came to a lot of top players and essentially went up to top players and told them, I can get you, let's say, these soul gem packages for, instead of paying, you know, how much, like $130, you only have to pay like maybe 50 bucks and I can get you this soul gem package. And all you have to do is pay me 50 bucks and send me your login details and I can get you that soul gem package. Now, on the surface of this, you know, it might seem kind of untrustworthy, you know, it might be a scam. And I do agree. It is pretty unwise. It's pretty dumb to send someone your login details and then pay them money afterwards. But regardless, some people made this choice, and player Chris would essentially use Google Play cards or gift cards to purchase these packages for the other player by logging into their account. Let's say top player A passes their info to Chris. Chris will use the player A's details, log in, and buy this package. Now, what happens next is that Chris performs a chargeback after the package has been bought, a chargeback or a refund. And essentially what happens is player A gets all of these items by paying 50 bucks to Chris. Chris then performs a chargeback, meaning that he doesn't actually pay the $130 that he has to pay to actually get this item, and that means player A gets all of this essentially for free because, well, not for free, for 50 bucks, but on the actual Nexon server, it looks like he's gotten it for free because they paid absolutely no money because it was charged back and they got this item. Obviously, this is a problem because you can't have players getting items that are supposed to be paid and then refunding them the price of that item and still keeping that item. That's the general issue here. And how this scam worked was that basically Chris would tell top player A, hey, try this thing, I'm giving you a deal. Top player A would be tempted by this deal, make the transaction and be like, okay, this guy's trustworthy. So he or she, top player, will keep on making these kind of deals, and Chris would go on to contact other top players and be like, hey, you know, your friend top player A, he trusted me, so I'm a trustworthy person, you know, I'm not going to scam you or anything. And let's say top player B is like, hey, I know A, and if A trusts you, then you're probably legit, so I'll trust you too, and basically have a whole network. And that's essentially what happened. Now, what's confirmed is that there is at least one person that is doing this, and we know that this player, his name is Chris or Christian. Whether or not it's a fake name, it probably is, to be honest, but there's at least one person doing this. The unconfirmed theory is that there are other players that are doing this as well, but as of now, we know that there's at least one person doing this, and a lot of people on the ban wave are actually, or on the ban list, were actually scammed by this player. Although some of the players I've heard, again, this is unconfirmed, some of the players here were one of the ones that were performing the scam, but it's unknown and it's hard to tell who actually is performing the scam and who was scammed. Now, as not being a victim of this, I can't really say whether or not the ban or the punishment is like well deserving or not. A permanent ban does seem kind of far in my opinion, simply because as I mentioned before, a lot of these people were just scammed by this one person. They didn't actually go out with the intent that they wanted to cheat Nexon or abuse Nexon's payment system. So with that in mind, I personally think that the players that utilize this sort of abuse do deserve a ban, but not a permanent one. Essentially, however long they've been using this abuse or cheaper deal is how long they should remain banned. I've heard some players have been doing this for like 5 months, half a year. So obviously I think they should be banned for like that amount of time. And a lot of people on the list actually only purchased it maybe like once, and they also got banned permanently. So for those people, I would say like a 1 month or even a 1 week ban if you only purchased it once, because it doesn't really seem fair, in my opinion. And in addition to that, Nexon could do something like rolling back the states of these accounts to prior, when they were purchasing these items. So that's basically the idea, and the general story behind this sort of ban wave. Like the comments I see, they're like kind of misinformed. A lot of people are like they're cheating, they're hacking the game. They're not cheating, they're not hacking. Well, they're abusing the system. That's simply all it is. They're not modifying game files like the previous ban wave in like 2016. They're simply abusing the purchase or the payment system in the game, and it is sort of unfair because even though they're paying money to get resources, they're getting these resources at a very low rate, which means that they actually were able to get to higher placements in all of the competitive modes, which means that you are kicking out all of the players that were legit or did not use this scam, or did not, I guess, take these deals, quote-unquote deals, and those players would be kicked off of the higher ranks and into the bottom ranks, and these players, top players A and B, would be at the higher ranks and gain the benefits of being at the very top of the rank. So it is unfair in that sense. A lot of these players are actually top players. I don't contact each and every one of them, but I know the majority of these people are pretty much on the top of Explore, like pretty much every week. So as of now, Nexon, I'm not sure what Nexon's gonna do. It looks like they're trying to take ban appeals, but I'm not sure whether or not that will go through or not. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to clarify what's going on. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Peace.